Hi, in the previous video, I updated you that Chandrayaan-3, the spacecraft, has left Earth and has transitioned into the lunar orbit, and a successful lunar orbit insertion was done. After which, it was placed on a 164 kilometers to 18,074 kilometers elliptical orbit. After orbiting Moon at this distance, this velocity of the spacecraft was gradually reduced to 170 kilometers, 4,313 kilometers orbit. That means the, the spacecraft started orbiting Moon at a much smaller apogee and perigee. And then today, the spacecraft has been reduced to even further, which is 174 kilometers to 1,437 kilometers orbit. How do you get this orbit reduction? Simple. As the spacecraft is rotating around a specific orbit around the moon or any other uh, planet, the technique that is used is you apply the thrust busters or the like a rocket, mini rockets, you can say, which is going to be fired in the opposite direction of the movement. For example, if the rocket is moving in this direction or a spacecraft is moving in this direction, the thrust busters will be pushing it from the front so that the third law of Newton's, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. The thrust busters and the rockets are going to push uh, the spacecraft ahead, while the velocity initial inertia is going to push the rocket forward. So this is going to be balanced to such an extent that we get a desired velocity, and a reduction in a velocity means reduction in uh, the orbital period. Now you might be worried, you might be thinking about uh, to what extent can we reduce this velocity? Remember, the orbital parameter, one of the major orbital parameter, is the velocity at which the object is moving. The velocity determines the orbit. You cannot increase the velocity and stay in the same orbit. For example, let's assume the orbital speed is about 15,000 kilometers per 1 hour. In such case, it will be orbiting under, let's say, x kilometers or x distance from the Earth. If you reduce the velocity, this x will be reduced. The distance will be reduced. If you increase the velocity, the x will increase to larger. Now, when the spacecraft Chandrayaan-3 was orbiting Earth, the velocity was increased so that the orbit is bigger and bigger. On Moon, we are doing the reverse of it. We are reducing the velocity so that it can reduce to smaller orbits. Let's wait for the next stage, the lower orbit, and then our final countdown starts for a soft landing. I'm hoping that you are learning and keeping updated on Chandrayaan-3. Look forward for more information on this. This is Naveen Nanjundappa. Thank you so much.